All right, so obviously, if you haven't been, completely off the grid for the past few months, you know that he's gone from New England and Jerod Mayo is in. There's hope that the Patriots can turn around as quickly as the Texans did, and the Texans were basically left for dead a year ago, and it is amazing what they've accomplished. Here's Mayo on the Patriots possibly being able to do what the Texans have accomplished. Remember, Nick Caserio had been building that team for 2 years before they got C.J. Stroud in that position. So when you look at our team, I'm not asking for patience, but I kind of am. It's a process. It's not only about the quarterback. Obviously, you want to have that QB1 and build around him, but it doesn't always happen when you want it. Look, we could bring a quarterback in here, and he may not be ready to play realistically. That's why we have a guy like Jacoby Brissett coming along. Jacoby is great. He can still play football and also mentor someone in that room. So, Mayo in the past has suggested that quarterback is where they're going to go with the third overall pick. They're leaving the door open, though, to trade out.
They definitely
and
have
take
been lately.
A quarterback this year.
Right.
Yeah. And because are we ready as a program to add a rookie quarterback and throw the expectations on him and start this process of him playing with a team around him that isn't maybe good enough, and he's not going to be good enough, and he's going to end up in, the quarterback graveyard of the 2021 draft. Look at all those guys, all the other drafts we're looking at. What made a guy not reach his potential? One of the problems is playing not just before you're ready, but before you have a team around you that's ready to do enough to let you thrive.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's a big part of this, right? Is it, the chicken or the egg, the cart or the horse? I don't know. I mean, more times than not, I would go, you need the damn team first. That's the most important thing. There's 10 quarterbacks in the history of the game that didn't need a real good team, and they could still look real good, like we talk about all the time. So, that's where I would err on that, building the team, right? But hey, if it fell right and somebody was stupid like Washington and they took somebody else at 2 and Jaden Daniels was there, well, okay, then I'm okay. He's here, damn quarterback time. But at the same time, like we've talked about, wait, after Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams, if I have a group of guys that are very closely together and someone now is willing to give up the farm to move up to number 3 because they're panicked they might not get one and they want J.J. McCarthy, right? Okay, well, then I think I would, be thinking about trading down, and maybe you get one of those other guys, with a later pick, and plus you got other picks to go along with it. But they're in a sweet spot here, and I feel like the more and more I hear to them the last few weeks, the more and more I feel like they don't really want to take the quarterback at 3, and they want to build the football team, right? Just reading between the tea leaves like we always do.
Well, and if anyone out there understands that you don't have to use a top 3 pick on a quarterback and have a successful team, it's the Patriots, who stumbled into Tom Brady at pick number 199, if you haven't heard, and ended up becoming one of the all-time greats. That doesn't mean they wait until round 6 to draft a quarterback, but it's all value, and it's all what more can we get for this pick. And if somebody values this spot more than we do and we can get more lottery tickets, I'm always a fan of getting more lottery tickets, having more chances to get great players. That's why there's this thought now in Minnesota. Maybe they stay put at 11 and get a quarterback there if they get lucky, and they still have the 23rd pick, and they keep next year's first-round pick that becomes a guy who can become part of the nucleus of the team moving forward. Maybe that's the play. That's the flip side to trading up, and the team that trade down gets all that stuff. So I can understand that's why the Patriots are thinking about doing that. I mean, and also from Mayo's standpoint, you don't want to write a check that you can't honor. You don't want to look like a failure. You want time. You want people to be patient. Yeah, let's be patient. Let's not expect that we're going to be 10-7 this year. Let's expect and plan for another lean season as we try to build this thing. And it's right for him to point to Nick Caserio. Even though D'Amico Ryans showed up last year and C.J. Stroud showed up last year, Caserio had been there building inside out. That's the key. You build from the inside out, and then you add the finishing touches that are the sexier pieces that everybody gets jazzed about and like, oh, this is the guy that's going to turn it around for us. You got to have the infrastructure in place before a C.J. Stroud can turn it around. So that's what the Patriots need to do, and I agree with what Mayo is saying. And it's also smart to not show your cards so that whatever does happen, you can say with a straight face, that's exactly what we wanted to happen. That really is a big part of this that I think gets overlooked by us. They're all playing this game of, we want to be able to say, we got exactly what we wanted. And if we trade down, we'd like to be able to say, we got who we would have taken. If we only trade a few spots, hey, that's the guy we would have taken at number 3. Nobody knows because we didn't tell anybody. So that's part of the salesmanship of this as well.
Yeah, no, I agreed there. Agreed. And, hey, listen, at the baseline, my thought at pick number 3, right? And I know, listen, we've had this conversation, and I've made, again, if you're sold on a guy and there's a big separation. But for my assessment here, there's no quarterback worthy of the number 3 pick in this draft other than the guys that I think are going to go 1 and 2, and Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels, right? That would just be a baseline thought. Again, now, I know, and I've said it, we've seen worse quarterbacks picked at number 3. I said it yesterday. I got that. And if you're sold, he's the guy. I'm never going to be mad at you for just being, hey, this is the guy who gives a damn if we took him 10 picks before the whole draft crowd and all the draft experts think we should have, right? Ask the Detroit Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs, right? All the plays he made last year. Who gives a damn about the extra 10 picks that, he wasn't supposed to go in there? He was awesome for them. He made big plays all year long. So I hear that, but I think from our general thought, our general terms of what we think of as a quarterback, yes, I look at it and still go, Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams are the only guys I look at to be our traditional top 3, top 4, top 5 picks at the quarterback position.
Well, and the problem is the Vikings have painted themselves into a corner.
Yes,
the Broncos are desperate.
The Raiders
are desperate.
Right? Yeah.
There are teams out there that are going to not just overdraft, they're going to trade up. They're going to give up a lot. As Rick Spielman said, the former Vikings GM, the Vikings are probably going to overpay, and he thinks they're going to overpay for J.J. McCarthy. And we'll see how that plays out. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.